Hi guys, it's Mrs. A here. In our last video we started thinking about using an infographic or infographics to present our information so that it's interesting for our audience. We looked at some different types of infographics just to refresh your memory. Here they are, different pages that are created on different topics that use lots of graphical formats to help put the information across. Today I want to have a look at the information report that I showed you in the last video about ANZACs. We're going to do a bit of a contrast now. So that's the information report, mainly text, a couple of images down the bottom here that support the text and an explanation of what ANZAC means. Now here's some information about the same topic, ANZACs, in an infographic format. And this is the first infographic that I put together. It's not perfect, and now that I look at it, I could change some things around. I'm looking at it critically now. I would do some things differently. But it does show you how you can present information more graphically, lots more images, lots of data there, but it's interesting for the audience. And I reckon that that would make a good way of presenting your information to other people. I'm going to share with you how that infographic is created. And you're going to say, oh, it's some fancy design program that Mrs. Anderson's picked up. It's not. I just need a couple of moments to rearrange a few things on my screen and I'll be back to show you how you can create an infographic like that. Okay, I've done a bit of rearrangement and you can see I've got three key elements on my screen to show you. I've got the image that I created, just so that we've got that in mind. I've got a file down here that's called ANZAC, and in my file, if I open it up, it's got lots of images that I've collected. Okay, I've collected them on the internet. On another document, I've got a table that tells me where I got these images from so that I can acknowledge my sources. So if I was to print out my infographic, then I could put that information on the back of my work, or on the front of it if you wanted to, so that I can acknowledge the sources that I've got my information from. I'm just going to close that for a moment. And here I've got a new document in a program that you are all very familiar with. You will have used this program lots, probably to create presentations, to store your information in. We're going to use it a little bit differently today. It's going to look a lot different to the slideshows that you are used to. We're only going to create one slide. I'm going to do a bit of a change first of all. We're going to go up here to File. We're going to go to Page Setup. I'm going to change the dimensions of our page. See, this is the width, so this is the different dimensions that this page has at the moment. Okay. So it's 25.4 centimetres wide and it's 19.05 centimetres in height. So today I'm going to change this and I'm going to go to 25 centimetres wide, but I'm going to take this to a whopping 75 centimetres. Now you might have in your mind the shape that's going to appear on the screen. And a couple of things are going to happen now. One, it's going to tell me, the program's going to tell me that I can't print this size. The size that I've got written on the page, I'm not going to be able to print. That's okay. I don't want to print it at the moment. I'm going to save it in a different format when I'm finished it. So I'm not going to go cancel. I'm not going to go fix. I'm just going to go okay. And it will change the dimensions of my page. So you can see it replicates the rectangle of my infographic on that page, and that's the only page you're going to create. Okay, so now I'm going to open my file with all my photos in it, and I'm just going to drag and drop, have a bit of fun, popping some stuff on the page so that I'm going to begin creating my infographic. Probably what you might want to do now though is to go up to Format, Slide Background, and change the color of that background. Okay, on other infographics you might embed a photo, you might do a washed out sort of background. I picked the color that reminds me of the uniforms of the troops. Okay, you also might want to make your heading. So in this box, we're just going to make our text a bit bigger. Probably that might do, I think. And we're just going to write the word or the letters Anzac. Okay, so there it is. You'll notice over here I've actually got an explanation of what Anzac means. To do that, all I did was go to the next line, type my line in and make it small enough to fit underneath my title. You can see too that I've played around with some formatting. There's a bit of a shadow on the Anzac letters there. You can do that too. I'm not going to go into the formatting at the moment. Those are things that you can play around with. Okay, so maybe I might put a poppy on here, no, maybe up here, near the word Anzac, so that sits in behind. Cool. And I might put in the rising sun emblem, just so you get an idea. Okay, pop them all on the page. Now I need to save what I've done. So I'm going to go up here. And this is something different as well. I'm going to go to Save As. You would do that normally with a presentation. I'm going to call it Anzac. And I'm going to tell it I want to save in my desktop in that folder where my photos are. It's going to come into this same folder here. Okay, so I've got it all highlighted, ready to go. The only thing I'm going to do differently is I'm not going to save it as any of these formats here, which are PowerPoint formats or movies or a PDF file. I'm going to save it as an image. And today I'm going to save it as a PNG file. Okay, so I'm going to select that PNG file and I'm going to tell it I want to save. And you will see in my folder down here, a new folder has presented itself. I've got a message to say that my slides have been saved in another folder separately as images. If I had more than one slide there, I would get all of those images in that folder. Okay, so when I open it up, there is my infographic. I'm just going to close that down so you can see it's exactly the same as what I've created there. Now that gives me an image that I can pop into Word, I can print out, I can do whatever I like with it. I want you to have a go at making your own infographic. It might be about the Anzacs, it might be about something about the Anzacs that interests you. Think about something that you can create an infographic about and have a go at it.